Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system for your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. Bit addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Gotta show the work. Hey everybody, how's it going? How's it going? It's almost the weekend, almost the holiday weekend actually, and I hope everybody is having a great week thus far and looking forward to a wonderful weekend with family and friends. Make sure you come on into the show and make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber already. And as you can see by the title of this show, it says, "Is Nature Boy the new Jim Jones?" And I'm actually going to have a guest join me tonight, and she is like, I don't want to say I think she has a degree in Nature Boy. She knows like so much about Nature Boy. I know somewhat about Nature Boy. I used to follow him and then I stopped following him, but then I would hear things about him through the the YouTube and the IG, and then when I started doing the Ruthless TV show reviews by Tyler Perry, about the cult, I started like taking interest again into Nature Boy because I don't know why, but it seemed like maybe Tyler Perry knows Nature Boy, because I swear this Ruthless TV show gives me Nature Boy tease. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. And hey, Harper Sean, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in tonight. You said you heard of Nature Boy, but I don't know much about him. Well, we is going to school y'all on old Nature Boy. Now, mind you, Nature Boy been around for a very, 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 very long time. And he has a large following on IG and on YouTube. He done had several YouTube channels. He done had several IG channels. Sometimes they get shut down. He is a cult leader per se. That's what a lot of people call him, a cult leader. And he's been, I think he used to have somewhat of a normal life. Then he ended up going to prison. And then when he came out of prison, he just automatically, I don't know, just started a cult. And he started a following. And people, he would be in the wilderness somewhere, and people would, spend all their money to come see him, give him all his money. They would leave their jobs, their families, their kids. And it's crazy because, again, since I've been doing Ruthless TV show reviews since Ruthless episode 1, I swear Ruthless gives me Nature Boy tease. And Nature Boy done interviews on news stations with different YouTubers, and he's a lot. He's a lot. He can sometimes be really rude and mean and nasty, especially to the people who don't believe in what he's trying to do. Which is a lot of people, and sometimes he can be really rude and mean to even those who follow him. But if y'all been following him, y'all already know that. I'm going to drop this link in the chat so Miss Sislo can jump onto the chat. Miss Sislo is one of my moderators, somebody who I support. Make sure you guys check out her channel. She knows a lot about Nature Boy. She does a lot of videos on Nature Boy and all kind of other stuff too. A plethora of other stuff like trending news, cooking, all kind of stuff. So make sure you Go to her channel. It's Miss Sislo Newsworthy Update. She's in the chat now. So go to her channel and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. But she is going to join us on the show this evening and school us on Nature Boy, because again, I somewhat know about Nature Boy, but I don't know as much as she does. And I just sitting there listening to her talk when we be on the file. I'll be like, what? He did what? So yes, Miss Sislo is with us right now. She's driving. She's en route right now, but don't be getting in no wrecks now. I'm trying to fix my my bang.
Oh, I won't get in a wreck. I don't want to bring any attention to myself.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
as far as the popo.
Don't be staring at the camera then.
Oh, I'm not. I got my eyes on the road.
Okay.
You know, I got my eyes on the road. Look, if I'm a little cockeyed or something like that, it might look like I'm looking at the camera, but I'm looking at the.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a little bit cockeyed. Shoot, look at Wiley. He got a huge YouTube channel now. Shoot, Wiley, cockeyed, cross-eyed, and everything. But shoot, we love us some Wiley.
That's a whole nother thing, baby. I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Girl, that's a whole nother show, huh?
Girl, that one right there just rubs me the wrong way.
Wiley, he can be a lot. But he does spill some good tea on his channel. I can't say that. But honey, I was up there watching Nature Boy earlier, and everybody is making videos about him as usual. And I know that you've been following him for quite some time. And so the first thing I want to ask you is, when you think of Nature Boy, what's the first word that comes to mind?
Girls, I'm there. A lot of them, but narcissist will probably be the very first one.
Yeah.
Narcissist.
Yeah, he's been called that a lot. He's definitely been called a narc a lot.
Oh my gosh, he is such a narcissist, and it's actually scary because it's because he's so narcissistic that it's actually dangerous. It's really dangerous because he feels that he is, and in so many ways he feels he's untouchable,
right?
You know, and he has gotten kicked out of so many places, and he's avoided prosecution in so many ways for some of the things that he's done, and it's unbelievable just how he's been slipping through the hands of the officials for so long. I'm really like flabbergasted. New word. I just made it up.
I remember one time where he got kicked off the airplane. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that, but I heard about it, but I wasn't, studying him, because I would say studying for lack of a better word, because I don't follow him. So yeah. So no, that was like a little bit before my time and everything. Before I started.
I think that was actually a couple. No, it was probably about maybe 3. Yeah, about 3 years ago. It would have
had to be at least that. Tell me about it though. We need to buy me a little time.
Well, okay, Nature Boy, everybody know, people who do know him, they know he's like a cult leader. And he had refused deportation. There was some stink allegations. Remember, people were complaining about their smell.
That I remember something about that, because they they came through Detroit around that time.
And
they didn't stay long, but they did come through. I know what you're talking about now.
Yes, all of them. They was really, I don't know if like they was trying to live off the land, even though they had a house, even though they was going to the stores and the Dollar Tree. he claimed they was living off the land and all that kind of stuff, but they really weren't. And then I don't know if they didn't take showers or didn't take regular baths, but the people on the plane said the smell was just so horrible. They had to get the flight crew and security to get them off the plane. But then at that time, Nature Boy, aka Eligio Bishop, he claimed that his group of mostly black cultists were racially discriminated against by Spirit Airlines after being refused deportation under the false pretense of stank. According to Bishop, things got really real for their cult known as Melanation when, due to the pungent odors allegedly emitted by their bodies, the group was forced to deplane right before takeoff on a flight bound for America, despite the fact that they were already in the process of being boarded. I remember that like it was yesterday, because you can look at some of them and you be like, ugh. Like sometimes when they would come online, I'll be like, oh my God, they just look like they just reek. So yeah, Spirit Airlines wouldn't let them get on the plane. And I think they were supposed to be going to where were they supposed to be going? They were at the board, they was at the gate to board the plane. And they was on yeah, I think it was Spirit. Yep. So now do you recall that? Uh-oh, did I lose her? Did I lose you? I think I lost you. I'm gonna have to kick you out. So I'm gonna kick you out and then come back in. He been calling himself so many things. IRA, you said they was in Airbnb. But do you remember that when he was talking about like back in the day, a couple of years back, back in the day, he had claimed that they were living off the land. And I'm thinking, oh, they living off the land. That means that they growing their own vegetables, they're growing their own fruit, they have their own animals, they have their own cattle, sheep, hogs, horses, cows, chickens. I'm thinking they got, that's what I was thinking about living off the land. But then they would show them all piling up in a car or piling up on a bus or something, and they be rolling to the local Walmart or rolling to the local dollar store. And I'm like, that is not living off the land. Just because you dress like you Tarzan and Jane does not mean that you are living off the land. But Aya Ross says he called himself Baba G. Baba G, girl, they was blasting rap music in nature and using. Yes. And that's one thing somebody had mentioned. Like, as far as okay, we know, I often compare this Nature Boy to Ruthless cult leader, the highest, because everybody who comes into the cult, they lead their family, they lead their friends, they lead their kids or whoever, and to join the cult or the compound, they have to pay. They can't come there for free. They got to deplete their bank accounts, take their last paychecks or whatever, and they have to, pay to join the cult, because in actuality, the cult leader can't afford to just take care of the people, on their own without the people who's bringing money into the group. So it's just like the highest, like on the highest TV show by Tyler Perry, the lady Lynn, Daikon had told her that she could join their cult, but she would have to deplete all her bank accounts, just like Andrew had to do it. He left his wife high and dry back home. They got kids and they had no money in the bank because Andrew then left her high and dry because he had to give all his money to the cult leader. So, and then Daikon, the cult leader's right-hand man, told Lynn the same thing. If you want to join us, you have to give us all your money. Now, I say that to say, when you have mentioned the electronics IRA, or is it IRA or IRA? Some people said that he has made well into the millions of dollars. Nature Boy has made well into the millions of dollars, like from YouTube, from IG, from people paying to be with him in the cult. depleting their bank accounts, their paychecks, and he has made well over millions of dollars, allegedly. And that the only thing he ever buys is electronics. And my thing is this, I always wondered, as far as like his YouTube channel, because we all know that YouTube, once you meet a certain qualification, you on YouTube, you can get your channel monetized. And I always wondered, like, since all those people have to pay to join the cult, do he eventually give back to the cult? Like, what has he done? That's my biggest question as far as Nature Boy. Like, what has he done for these people who follow him and who leave their families behind and who deplete their bank accounts, to be with him? I don't know. And then I heard the other day that he was punishing some of the members by locking up some of the females in a closet for days and putting them on punishment. And I'm like, are you serious? That again reminds me of Ruthless, how they had locked up Tally. She was in there for so long. They was starving her, rationing her for food. They was beating her. She was like casted, outcast of the rest of the community. And again, I swear to God, I'll be wondering sometime if Tyler Perry knows Nature Boy, because I swear Ruthless gives me Nature Boy tea. And then on top of that, with Soldier Boy, why I say Soldier Boy, forgive me, Soldier Boy, Nature Boy, in the past, from what I've seen, sometimes they pass around the ladies. Like the lady might be the wife of somebody one day. Then you turn around and she's been passed around to somebody else. Then the lady's getting knocked up. They having babies and all this kind of stuff. So I often wonder, is Nature Boy trying to be the new Jim Jones? So y'all let me know what y'all think about that, because for y'all younger ones, y'all might not have no idea who Jim Jones is. But when people make that joke about don't drink the Kool-Aid, or they gonna make you drink the Kool-Aid, that's a jokey joke for a lot of people. But a lot of people, over 900 people died from drinking the Kool-Aid. And on Ruthless, they have like a in their kitchen area on Ruthless, they have these big old jars, big old containers of what looks like Kool-Aid. And that's what the highest is going to use when he feels it's time for them to leave this earthly world and go on to another realm somewhere out there in the universe. But they have that Kool-Aid, as people would call it. And I often wondered about Nature Boy. I wonder if he's ever gone that far, like to, I don't know, discuss with his followers about another realm. He always mentioned like they're not from here, they're not the same as normal human beings, and stuff like that. So I often wonder. Miss Islo is back. Hey, honey. Hey, Miss Islo. Somebody said, she's muted. She got her, she's muted right now, so I gotta wait till she unmutes herself. And then I'll ask her your question, because she knows a lot about him, as I said. Hey, everybody, come on in. Hey, Miss Hall, thank you for telling everybody to like and share the video. Please make sure you hit the like button, give us a thumbs up. We have a guest on here as well, Miss Sislo. She is also my moderator, so make sure you go to her channel and subscribe to her channel. It's called Miss Sislo Newsworthy.
All right, thank you. Hi, everybody. I am so sorry. I'm very apologetic.
I know you get,
and now my audio is still acting up. I got cut out somehow, guys, and I'm so sorry. And
can you hear me?
I barely.
Well, I can hear you clear. So if you can hear me, somebody said, is it true that DreamWorks sponsors Nature Boy? Isn't DreamWorks like a
I don't know if it's DreamWorks or I mean, if DreamWorks is actually sponsoring them, I know that at one point in time they were receiving a check from them for
because he was supposed to do a reality show, right?
But I think they lost that because he wanted to control a lot of it, and he wasn't going to give up the rights that he would need to give them in order to make it TV worthy. You know what I'm saying? So I think he did lose that sponsorship at one point in time. But when he was in Mexico, that's when it was rumored that they were getting a check. But I can't hear you. I'm really struggling.
Well, you might have to. You might have to. Do you have a speaker cord, like an aux cord?
I do. Well, I don't know if I have it with me. But I'm gonna go right out and come right back in because I want to be able to hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm straining to hear you. So.
Okay. Now, what else? What else? Somebody said he recently invited one. He kicked out. Wait a minute. You said he recently invited one. He kicked out back and said she went through hell and stuck in the country. He left her an entire month. Was that oh my God, was that what's her name? Starts with a V. What was her name? Oh God, I can't think of her name. Oh, one thing I did notice about Nature Boy, as far as like his weight, like remember, for those of you who might see images of him before he started the cult, he used to be, as far as his weight, he used to be like muscle and strong and all kind of stuff like that. But you said you still can't hear me?
Maybe I could.
Maybe it's something with you. Yeah, you do have to close the browser.
Yeah, let me see if that'll work.
Yeah, you have to close the browser because I can hear myself in the background. Uh-oh, she left again. She doesn't keep leaving us. She just keep leaving us. She'll be back. But what was her name? Not Eliana. Not Eliana. Oh yeah, remember he used to be a barber? Yeah, that's what it was. He used to be a barber. He's a barber by trade. He used to be a barber. Then he went to prison. Then he came out of prison. Then he started his cult and everything. But I know Miss Sislo, when she gets her phone together, she'll be able to tell us who it is that you're referring to, because I can't remember. Let me check out the comments. They were staying at the Big Brother house. Mm-hmm. Well, as far as DreamWorks, I had heard that in the past it was word that he was going to do a reality show. Now that reality show, though, I don't even know if that would have been on TV or if it would have been like something straight to Netflix or straight to Hulu, or I couldn't imagine him being on TV. I couldn't imagine. But if he would have got on TV and if he would have, got the contract for the TV show, the reality show, yeah, I would have watched. Hey, Aisha Stockton. Hey, how you doing? We just up here talking about Soldier Boy and Miss Sislo. She had to back out the StreamYard, but she's going to be back in a minute. She is going to let us know what's been going on lately with Nature Boy. So let me read some of y'all comments that I missed. You said his Lone 5 Coast showcasing life on Instagram. Oh, it's 5 Coast showcasing him on Instagram. You remember when they got kicked out the country? Yeah, I remember when they got kicked out the country, and I remember when they got kicked off that plane because they was funky. They was, oh, God. You know what? Every time I would watch his videos, I swear I could smell them through the screen. And that was before I even knew that they had a smell. You know how you just look at people and you just be like, I don't know. So when it went public, how they got put off the plane, how they got because all the passengers were saying how horrible they smelled. Their whole group just smelled like, I'm like, what the heck? If y'all stayed in a whole house, why do y'all stink? Like, did y'all not have water? Did y'all not have soap? I don't know. You said what happened with Nature Boy? That's what I'm trying to figure out from Miss Sislo. I don't know what happened. She had to maybe I should just call her. Let me just get her on the phone. Maybe that's a little easier since her StreamYard don't seem to be working. Because I don't know what's going on. I got her phone number. Where's my little speaker? Oh, here she comes. Oh, let me hang up. She's back, I think. Hey, you there?
Yes. And
you
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Yeah, there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I had to switch phones altogether.
I was wondering why you couldn't hear because you was coming in so great.
Yeah. Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can. And I want
you were.
Go ahead.
The name you were trying to remember, I think, is Velvet.
Velvet. That's it. Was that who you was talking about, Ira? And you right, Ira. He used to be a barber. He used to be an escort. He used to be a stripper.
He named her Eliana.
Eliana.
And that's what he calls her Eliana.
I was saying Eliana, but her real name is Velvet, right?
Velvet Marquez, right?
Okay. That's why I was getting confused. I'm like, hold up, was it Eliana? But yeah, okay. So Velvet is Eliana. Okay.
Right. Yep.
And he used to be a barber. He used to be an escort. He used to be a stripper. Then he went to prison. Do you remember what he went to prison for, Miss Sislo?
No, he went to prison when he was younger also.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but when he went, whatever it was, I think it was drug related or something like that.
Well, I know somebody in the chat said it was crazy how he said he would feed his daughter his seeds.
His semen, exactly. He said, but what happened was they on one of Velvet's rants, she had left him, and I guess she went and he wouldn't allow her to take the baby with her, and she breastfeed, so they didn't have anything to feed the baby, so he said, I'll put my sperm in the bottle and feed that. His word was nut in the bottle and feed her that.
And that's one of the reasons why people don't understand why this man ain't never been arrested. How you gonna say on social media that you gonna give your own child your semen, your newborn baby?
And then on top of that, now here's the crazy part. On top of that, that's how he said people receive the knowledge is by him having intercourse with them and them drinking his sperm. That's a part of, like, everybody there has to at some point in time drink his sperm.
So that's kind of like Ruthless, where the highest be seeding. He calls it seeding.
Mm-hmm.
The people, the men and women, he calls it seeding them. And he sleeps with all the men and he sleeps with all the women, and he also call it cleansing them.
It's so ironic how all of these shows and there are certain things that are being mimicked,
right, from
using the same. And now what Nature Boy's thing is he is a part of what's called the conscious community.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call him conscious at all. He's a narcissist.
Well, right. Well, the conscious community all believe in this same oneness and all of this.
You're one with the world. You're one with the universe. But he's crazy. Yeah. I'm sorry. He needs a psychiatrist.
Yeah. Well, even more than that is and it's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that because the people that follow him also, all of them have some type of mental debilitation.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody that follows him are all. I'm trying to find my charger before it dies, honey.
You know what?
I'm just going through it tonight. This is really the day back from the search. And then this thing wants to say. So yeah, everybody. What were you getting ready to say, Tanya?
You know what? Remember the conversation we had? I'm gonna read Aisha's comment, but remember the comment we had earlier when I said what the first thing I said we should name this series. What did I say? I said, "Is Nature Boy the what?"
The new R. Kelly.
Exactly. That's what Aisha said in the chat. She just commented in the chat. She said he's another R. Kelly. I swear, Aisha, earlier today when me and Miss Sislo was talking, I said that. I said, what should we call this series? Should we call it Is Nature Boy the New R. Kelly? And Miss Sislo was like, well, maybe we should call it Is Nature Boy the New James Jones? So, hey, the only thing R. Kelly didn't do was kill people.
I'm here, sweetheart. Let me hand the kids their food. I apologize, everybody. We're going to make it right in about 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you talking about Ira? Are you talking about Ruthless? Because Ruthless, that's what the highest does on Ruthless. Mm-hmm. But he called it seeding and cleansing them. That's what the highest calls it on Ruthless. I don't know what Nature Boy calls it, but I did hear that he is bi. I heard that he has sex with the females, and I heard that he has sex with the males. So, I don't know if he has a similar, if he uses a similar term like seeding or cleansing.
I never heard him. He calls it giving them the knowledge.
So when he
transferring of the knowledge, that's
okay.
That's the act. Not yet.
Man,
it's the act of transferring the knowledge. That's one way that he words it.
Wow.
Okay, it's gonna be 2 left over, so I got a burger.
This is crazy.
Whichever one they don't want.
You know what's really crazy to me, Miss Sislo?
Okay.
The craziest part of this for me, y'all, is the fact that allegedly Nature Boy was given the opportunity by a network production company to do a reality show. That never happened. So now we have Ruthless by Tyler Perry, and I swear Ruthless gives me Nature Boy tea. It really does. And
see, the thing about it is now.
Go ahead.
Ruthless is fictional,
right?
But the situation with Nature Boy is real to life. And the thing about it is the only thing that will probably save him from prosecution would be if he were to say that it was fictional, because some of the things that they do, honey,
I don't know, because he has done so many things live on the show for us to witness.
And that's my.
Go ahead.
And I was saying that's my thing. That's my that's my thing, because he does a lot of the stuff that he does on live. He does what he does on live. And so a lot of people,
sometimes he delete it. A lot of times he delete the videos.
But people are
people record them.
Screen record, honey. They got it. And that's the good thing, because that's how he was able to get caught up when he did get caught up.
Mm-hmm.
And in Palenque, and that's why he ended up being deported, because they didn't want to risk something happening. Now, I don't know if you guys remember when Mama D passed away while she was in.
I remember. That's the one who was really sick with cancer, right? And she came to the cult, and her family blamed Nature Boy because she stopped taking her medicine, and she ended up dying. And didn't they bury her?
They didn't bury her. They didn't bury her.
What happened to her body?
Her family came and claimed her body. You know.
Okay.
They took all of her belongings.
Yeah, they took all her belongings, all her jewelry, I remember, because her family was like, "Where's all her jewelry?" I remember
they took everything. And they said that nothing. He told her family that she gave everything to them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure he would tell any family if they ever ask what happened to my daughters or my sons' jewelry, their money, their expensive belongings.
Right. Well, he got $300,000 out of one young man.
I remember that. And somebody said in the chat, the girl named Naturi, they just looked at the T channel on YouTube. I don't know what that means. Naturi. The girl named Naturi just looked at the T channel.
Oh, I don't know who that might be. That might be somebody new.
I don't know.
Somebody
somebody said they said they remember when he had them sleeping in tents.
They still do.
Now, okay. I'm thinking back. I remember when they were in tents, and I also remember when they were in that house that had a lot of yard. It had a whole bunch of yard, and I remember you walk in the house and it was like the living room. Then behind it was the kitchen, and the bedrooms was off to the side somewhere. So when he first started the cult, do you remember if they had a home at first? Because people were like, how you call yourself living off the land? If you ain't, because even when they were in tents, it wasn't like they were growing everything. It wasn't like they had cattle in stock. So I think
they were never living off the land anyway.
Yeah.
He bought everything. He go to the farmer's market and buy a bunch of fruit or whatever, and that's what they eat.
And then they would sit at the table and act like they just picked that stuff out of the Garden of Eden. they're only allowed to eat one meal a day. But hold up, they now can eat meat, right? Because they're
not eating meat, eggs,
all kinds of poultry.
And he was being ridiculed because the women were so small, and some of them were pregnant.
Very small. I remember when Eliana was the other one, the dark-skinned one. What was her name?
Sheba.
I remember when she was pregnant, and I swear I remember seeing the bones in her around her neck. The bones was poking out, and her collarbone, her shoulder blade, it was all like bones just sticking out. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is wrong? And even when Eliana was pregnant, Eliana was so doggone little, because when he first started, if you go all the way back, when he first started uploading videos, he was thick, like muscular and everything. The ladies weren't fat or nothing like that, but they had meat on them. They looked good. They hair, natural hair and all kind of stuff. And as the years progressed, they started to look like skeletons. And a lot of people were concerned about the health of the babies being born out there in them tents and whatever else they was living in.
See, him doing all of that was a way for him to control them. Mm-hmm. He wants all the women. First of all, He makes them feel like they lack confidence because they have, when they get there, he was cutting all their hair off.
Yeah, he made them shave their hair so they can go natural. Because I think a lot of them came with perms. And of course, he ain't had
no, because before they get there, he start conditioning them.
Hold on, somebody said they was pooping in the yard. But
they were.
Was that when they had the tents? That was when they stayed in the tents, right?
They're probably pooping in the yard now. Yes, they use the bathroom outside because he considers it giving back to nature.
And that's why they smelled like nature and got kicked off the airplane.
He only allowed them to bathe once a week. Wednesday is grooming day. Wednesday is grooming day.
That's
Wednesday is the day that they cut their hair and that they, do the hair and all this, that, and the other. Wednesdays. Yeah. Child. Every Wednesday you'll see them get a different hairstyle, different haircut.
Child.
And it's all about control with him.
It is really control. I couldn't imagine taking a shower or a bath once a week. Aisha, when I tell you, 3 years ago when they got put off the plane because they smelled so rank-a-dank-dank, I mean, that stuff went viral. They got put off the plane because they smell so funky. See, that make you want to slap the smell off of somebody. Like, you ever been next to somebody and they been musty, and you just want to girl, what, boy, what? Oh my God. That they smelled horrible and they got put off the plane. So I can imagine what they smelled like if they only taking a bath, because you got to keep in mind, if you only taking a bath once a week, you pooping outside, you taking a bath once a week, you having sex, because if he ain't having sex with the women, they having sex with somebody else. And the men, we already know that there's some men that's been in the cult that even had relations with each other. So after you have sexual relations, the first thing you want to do, well, some people like to marinate in it, but usually the first thing people want to do is go shower. Go
almost made me.
Now you know some people like to marinate in it.
God, I almost threw up a little bit in my mouth.
No, please don't throw up in your mouth.
Ooh.
But yes, Aisha, and they had thought that they had got so skinny that people thought Nature Boy had AIDS. And they thought that he was giving them the AIDS, the chlamydia, the clap, the syphilis, the everything. What's the other one? The one with the bumps. What do you call it? The one with the bumps. You get bumps.
Herpes.
Yeah, they thought he was giving them herpes.
No, but he does have syphilis and herpes. He's admitted that.
I heard he had syphilis and herpes, and I also seen that he had came online and he had showed like a AIDS test or a HIV test or something like that. But come on now, you can concoct those just the same way you can concoct a driver's license, a birth certificate, a college degree. They did
a home test. Him and Eliana.
Yeah, Eliana used to be thick. Somebody said she used to be thick. She did. Yeah. She was real pretty too.
Yeah. She's still pretty, but she's a narcissist herself.
Yeah.
She's a control freak.
You're right. She ain't ugly or nothing, but I'm just saying, when they came into the cult, they were just so beautiful and so pretty. And then they went from that to like anorexic. Like, are you feeding the children, Nature Boy?
No, but he's taking the children's money.
Oh, yeah, he's taking their money, but at least he's allowing them to eat meat now, because I think he was being really scrutinized to the point where he felt like, okay, I need to put some meat on these people. You know what I mean?
He doesn't care anything about scrutiny. Only thing he cares about is prosecution.
Yeah. So what's up with him putting people in the closet?
Oh, my.
Closet.
So...
Like R. Kelly.
As a form of punishment, he puts the people, his people, the men and the women alike, in timeout.
Hold on. I thought it was just the women. So you mean
No,
tell me he put grown men is allowing themselves to be put in timeout?
I think it was Loyal, the little young boy, was in the closet for like 2 weeks most recently before he actually left. Now, when he left Carbonation, he left when he was deported. So he actually was put in the closet for 2 weeks, and they go in the closet and they stay in the closet, and they can't eat, they can't communicate with anyone.
Are we talking about Fufu, the girl?
She was on punishment yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday.
Somebody said her. They said they haven't seen her. She might still be in the closet.
Oh, she's out now, but and Malia was in the closet before that, because when the people in the live asked where she was, he said she was on punishment. She's in the closet. And he actually, you know, she's actually in a physical closet.
But the thing is, he has no problem coming on social media and saying he has put a whole grown adult in the closet, and they be in there not one day, but sometimes several days on punishment.
He has no problem coming on live saying that he whooped their behinds.
Yeah, just like he has no problem.
Put hands on them.
Just like he has no problem coming online saying he done took somebody's wife from another guy in the coat. I remember all that too.
And see, that's what is speculated. That's why Efaru ended up in timeout yesterday, is because she wanted to go back with Caliber. And just like when Malia wanted to go back with Pluto, whatever that boy's name is.
Oh, I remember that. Aya said the B6 diet almost killed that girl who left with that Latino dude. I think I remember.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie, aka Faith, aka
Stephanie Faith.
But her name is
Where is she now?
They're in Hawaii. She'll change her name so many times, and I see her face. Rambo.
Aya Ross said it was his white sugar daddy that he damn near emptied his account for.
Michael. Yeah. And he got tired of funding it, but that's one of the guys that he was being an escort for.
Right, when back in the day when he used to do escorting, prostitute, whatever you want to call it, yeah.
And he also admits that he is attracted to male to woman trans.
He's fluid. I've been saying that forever. Aya Ross said they would come with a glow, then leave looking like he sucked up all the energy. Yes, they would come there all thick and meat on their bones and just glowing, glowing. And then after some time with him, they looking like they all about to die. They looking like they about to pass out, die, kill over 6 feet.
No self-esteem.
No self-esteem.
No self-worth. He left them broke.
Totally broken.
Credit ruined. And that's why Joy was so important to him, because not only did Joy have the most money, because Joy, she gets allotments from the military, I want to say like $3,500 a month or something like that. And everything is in her name. All of the houses and everything was in her name.
The lights and gas and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because she has the best credit and what have you. So that's why she played such an imperative part. And her what's his name? I haven't seen him lately.
Who?
Her man and her were trustees over. They handled more of the money, and that's why. But Joy was one of his wives at one point in time, also. So was God. Y'all messing me up with the name. Faith. God, what's that girl's name? Oh my Lord, the one that left, the one with Rambo, and they had a little baby, and they changed his name to Zen. Oh my God, why can't I remember this girl's name?
I don't know, but how do you feel about? I just feel like a lot of these people come to him young. And I feel like, you know what I feel like, to be honest?
And all of them have mental debilitation.
Right. But to be honest.
Or they are perverted in some type of a way.
Right.
Like some of them have been accused of messing with their younger sisters, younger cousins, male and female, things like that.
Right.
And so when they go to him, they're looking for some type of hope.
Do you think it's like a father figure? Because to me, it kind of seems okay. Remember R. Kelly? A lot of things that people said, well, I remember, like, you can't forget. But you know what I'm saying? Remember when people were saying things like with R. Kelly, how he was stealing these younger girls' youth? I feel like that's what Nature Boy is doing. Like, instead of, I feel like he's like somebody said, they come there, they look healthy, they look great, they look full of life. And within years, they look depleted, low self-esteem. They don't have their own voice.
The difference with R. Kelly and with them, R. Kelly stole youth. Nature Boy's stealing their souls.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? He's stealing everything within them, everything that gives them life. You know,
I understand.
Their mind, their spirit, everything. And he said yesterday, he said, I break them down to build them up. Talking about the women. But the truth of the matter is he breaks them down so he can control them.
Exactly.
And then he reprograms them.
I mean, when you say you break them down to build them up, he's not breaking them down. He's tearing down their confidence.
He's destroying them.
He's destroying their confidence. He's destroying who they were. Like some of them come to like I had said, okay, you was in the live earlier, right? When I was reviewing the new episode of Ruthless. I had said in that episode when we was reviewing that live earlier, I said it was kind of a similar thing that he's not like tearing them down and things like that, but with the highest, he gets these people in there who already have issues, like the guy Dale, the white guy who works at the store, how his family doesn't want to be bothered with him because he's gay. They won't accept him. They keep begging him to go to church and get fixed. You know how a lot of them
right.
A lot of them church folks, all you gotta do is come to church and get fixed, and then you won't be anymore. So I have a feeling that next episode, that guy Dale at the store, he is gonna take the invite that Manny gave him to come visit the cult, and he's gonna go because even in TV and in real life. In TV and in real life, from the Jim Jones, the Nature Boys, the R. Kellys. I mean, when you have people who are already broken, they ain't building them down. They ain't breaking them down. They already broke down. That's the reason. That's the reason why people join cults, is because they are already broke down. So when Nature Boy says, I'm breaking them down to build them up, he ain't breaking down nothing. They already broke down. And why
A+ for the day, girl. A+ for the day.
He gets them broke down and he steps on top of them and he just rubs it in, rubs it in. That's what Nature Boy is doing. He's making it worse.
they're looking for a savior, and that's what he tells them he is.
And he ain't no savior, just
Serenity.
like
there you go, girl.
Thank
Serenity.
you, Ira. Thank you,
Serenity.
Ira.
Thank you, baby.
I should bring Ira on the screen with us.
Yes, bring her on.
Ira, if you want to jump on the StreamYard with us, please feel free to come on, because it seems like you know a whole lot about Nature Boy as well.
And actually, Ra was one of the names of one of the girls that left. See, she was deported, but she never returned.
Yep. If anybody else knows a lot about Nature Boy, feel free to click that link that I just dropped in the chat, and we can bring you onto the screen. But yeah, he ain't talking about he breaking them down to build him up. That's a narcissist. That is a narcissist. If you ain't never met one before,
and
it's so sad. It's so sad because
it tells them you're nothing without me. You'll never be nothing without me.
I'm your savior.
Hey, baby. How was your day?
But what else is he doing with that money?
Oh my God, girl!
Nothing with that money, because every time I used to watch, it wasn't like they had brand new cars. It wasn't like they had all these fancy clothes, because they dressed like they was Tarzan and Jane. You know, barely had any clothes on. Half the time they walked around naked. So what is he doing with all this money?
Who they dress like?
Like Tarzan and Jane. You know, like they got the string between their legs wrapped around their head. Like,
I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not.
You know I ain't lying though. I swear to God.
You a fool. You missed your calling.
What's my calling?
A comedian. You said.
You know what? I've been told that many times in my life that I should be a comedian, but
girl.
Unless I can jump right into a movie or something like that, I ain't got time to be flying around the world and going to all these little juke joints and all these little spots trying to be a stand-up and all that like they did back in the day. But all respect to all the comedians out there.
Yeah.
It is not easy work.
That's something I always wanted to do.
That is not. I always wanted to be a comedian too, but I'm just like this permanent job and this 401k got me stuck. Like sure, but yes, Miss Hall. I said Tarzan and Jane. That's the Tarzan and Jane.
Ross said no, she's not gonna come in.
It's okay. Rod said they would come with I already read that. No. Actually, Rod never responded. But it ain't even got to be Rod. If anybody else wants to join the StreamYard and talk to us about Nature Boy, it's cool. How did I make the screen? That ain't what I meant to do. I meant to do that. I'm sorry. I had you all in the corner, all by yourself, isolated like Nature Boy is doing to the girls.
Put me in timeout.
I ain't gonna put you in timeout, boo. But yeah, so let me ask you this, Miss Sislo. What was it that first made you follow him? Did you see him on IG? Did you hear people talking about him, or did you see something on YouTube?
I heard another young lady that I follow talking about how Serenity, Rambo, Vibe Keys, and it was another couple, I think, that they left. And Serenity took the baby and they left and they got away. And when they first started talking about me, it got me intrigued and I wanted to see what it was. And once I started looking at it, I was like, no, this can't be. And the thing, because I'm a Christian and I'm in ministry, what got me to thinking is like, this man is misleading God's people, telling him he's God.
You know?
He's telling him he's the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
And he is God. He is God. He's the second coming of Christ. And all
Savior.
That. Yes. And then I heard him. The language he uses and everything was sexuality and everything was so sexual. He was so blatant.
Even with the newborn children, everything was sexual. I still cannot believe he said on the screen on social media that when Ileana left and nobody was there to breastfeed the baby and they didn't have no milk, that he would feed the baby with his own semen. I was like, well, get the hell out of here.
Well, he not only that, he admitted that while he was having sex with his son's mother, that his son was in the bed with him, and when he was finished, he let his son play with his penis.
I remember that. And Aya Ross said she wished, but she's about to braid her daughter hair. That's okay, boo. That's okay, hon. And oh my God, I remember that. And you know what? I saw somewhere where somebody said they said that for him to be supposedly serving a god or something like that himself, they said you can't be selfish and serve God. Matthew 25:40. Verify, I say unto you, the left hand depart from me, you cursed. He said that he is fake and phony, and he is nothing. He came from nothing. He will never be nothing. I mean, a lot of people totally disagree with what Nature Boy is doing, but then still he has all these. Why do you think he got all these followers?
Because there are so many people that are mad with their families and with their parents, and all of them have something to do with church, religion.
Yeah.
So they want to blame somebody for the hurt that they have. And in other terms, they're looking for somebody to look up to.
Yeah.
Somebody to love them, somebody to lead them.
Yeah. I think Raw is trying to come on. Raw, all you have to do is click that link in the chat, that StreamYard link that I just posted, and all you have to do is give it audio and visual permission, and that's it. And bam, you in there, and you'll be on the screen. So if you want
to, baby.
Yes, if you want to join the screen, join the StreamYard. Anybody else too? If you got something to say about Nature Boy, you know a little bit of the background or what's been going on lately, feel free to jump on the StreamYard because we can get up to 6 people on here. But I like I said, I used to follow him. And then when this new TV show called Ruthless came on by Tyler Perry, I didn't know what all to expect. Like, I heard that it was going to be about a cult, because if you watch the Oval, the TV show by Tyler Perry, it's a spinoff, and it hits on the cult in the spinoff and Roof and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't think that Tyler Perry would take it so far. Like into like the sexual scenes and all the men sleeping with Ruth back to back, and just the highest having sex with all the guys in the book. I didn't think Tyler Perry was gonna take it that deep with the coat. So it brought me back to Nature Boy, what I remember watching and hearing about him, and that's when I was saying this is starting to give me Nature Boy tease. So. I don't know that I know a lot of people say I haven't been able to watch Ruthless. I haven't been able to get past episode 1 or 2. How can you watch that show? And I said, I can watch that show because this stuff really goes on.
It's really going on.
Just the same way we watch shows about abuse and the same way as we watch shows about torture and murder and everything else. It's a show. It's a show. It's for entertainment purposes only. But this stuff really happens in real life. So, hey, if I like a show, I like it. I don't judge people for nothing they watch. Like I watch The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. And a lot of people can't watch The Handmaid's Tale because and right now, I actually think The Handmaid's Tale is worse than Ruthless. The way they be doing the way they be doing the women on Handmaid's Tale, girl. That TV show is Yep. Oh, you don't have to download no app, Ra. You don't have to download no app. She said she got to download an app. You don't have to download no app. All you got to do is click on the link.
Yeah, and it'll take you to another browser, and you just open it.
Yep. That's why I like StreamYard. You don't have to download nothing. Y'all hear them police? I don't know what's going on around here, but y'all know I live in the hood. So I ain't no matter of fact, earlier today, oh my God, it was like 4 fights broke out on the block. My son left for work. He was like, Mama, something going up down the street. Somebody looked like they might be hurt. Man, I looked outside. I was like, oh my God, people down this way, people down this way. Somebody that hit somebody's car, somebody that threw a bottle at somebody's window, somebody, and I'm out there on the porch like this. I'm like, I'll be out there like, what's going on, y'all? Oh, they're Hey, baby.
Hey. How you doing? I had to use my daughter's phone because I got an Android. It wasn't working for my Android.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm glad to see you face to face.
Thank you.
That's what I love. That's what I love about StreamYard. We can actually see the people behind the YouTube names. But yeah, give us your tea on Nature Boy. What you know about this man? And are you updated with what he's got going on?
Just last night I had caught up. They did a debate with one of some dude. I think he a co-leader too. His name is TKO. Yeah. And that's when he was just bragging, saying that he liked trannies and he watched the tranny porn and he's sexually fluid. And he was
I've been telling y'all forever that he's fluid.
Girl, he was going like he was a mess. It was a shit show. Like it was just a pure hot mess. Like they got this Cynthia hairdo in their hair sticking up on top of their heads with rubber bands, and they holding flowers and stuff. It was just a mess.
So hold on. Since he like now, is any of the men that's in the cult, are they like dressing as women?
No, but they have the same attractions that he have though. Like there are some of them that are bisexual as well.
Well, let me ask you this, Ira. Do you think that he like screens people before he adds them to the cult, like asks them their sexual pleasures, their sexual preferences? Because it do seem to be that most of the people who come there, they end up doing it with this person, that person.
Yeah, I think I believe so, because a few times like it's a few channels on YouTube, like it's one called the T channel that I like to watch and just catch up on their live and stuff. But he was talking to some girl on live, and he was saying that they was having like sex calls and stuff like that, talking like that to each other, like having like conversations. I forgot how you say it though, but they was doing that.
Phone sex.
Yeah, phone sex. That's the word. And he was like, the girl was fingering herself. It was just woo. So yeah, I believe he do screen them, and then like he like to put them on live and interview them and ask them about like they past childhood traumas and like to see if they came from a broken background or family and stuff, or see if somebody molested them. He'd be asking them all kinds of crazy questions.
I'm telling you, he would be one of those people in your neighborhood, or one of those people in the family that was what we would call a groomer, the ones who groom the children.
Yeah.
Into what they try to find out what it is that troubles them, what it is that brought pain to their life, and try to act like they are going to be the better person in their life. And then they turn out to be the most horrible person they can meet.
And then he uses it against them.
Yeah, he used it like live interviews on what happened to you, and then what is you gonna do about it? That's my thing. What is you gonna do about it? And as far as me, like just watching, like me, I'm part of the Me Too. It's a lot of people that's part of the Me Too. We done been touched by people we shouldn't have been touched by.
Too.
You know,
Me too.
So I done said that before on my channel. I'm part of the Me Too movement, and for me or anybody to see somebody do all this kind of stuff on social media and then join them, like, you have got to know that you might be passed around, you might be tossed around, you might be forced into threesomes or trains or orgies, or you know, you gotta know that. So I would think people who join the group, they into all that stuff. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, Efru was a virgin when she got there. And he and Eliana took her virginity.
Wow.
Yeah,
the both of them.
They had a threesome. But you know what?
And then
Eliana, is she really gay?
Had herself after that too, right after he took her virginity.
But was
what now?
Was Eliana
right
gay?
After he took her virginity, he told her that her stuff was loose.
You know what? I swear to God, I remember something like that. I remember something like that happening. But do you think he turned Eliana out to like girls, or was she already liking girls before she came? I think he
turned her out because he always seemed uncomfortable with the idea of him having multiple wives and him trying to force her to like be with him and the wife. So I don't think she ever was bisexual or into girls, because you could just see in her face she received kisses and stuff from them. She don't like it.
Yeah, she's not bisexual. She does it for him. Just like another thing that he makes them do is that one of the requirements is they must allow him to have anal sex with them.
It's a requirement?
Oh yeah.
See, that's that gay tease, and we already know that he pleasures or gets pleasure out of men and women. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all out here in the wherever y'all at, and y'all claim y'all living off the land. I hope y'all. What is y'all using for protection?
Well, you remember? Okay, just last night. I don't know if Rob, you saw that, babe. But last night he was talking about he don't care nothing about no STDs. How they pop penicillin and go right back at it the next day. He said how every on the week, all through the week, they take different people home, have sex with whoever, get burnt and go back, get some penicillin, and then go right back and do it all over again.
So he got a supply of penicillin for when they want to get freaky and get some kind of diseases. But do penicillin cure everything?
No. Oh, and not to mention pregnancy.
Yeah, like they obviously having babies over there. Obviously, remember that one?
Oh, but wait a minute.
Whose little baby of that was that the little baby was like this big? The baby what's her name?
Sheba.
The dark skinned one.
Sheba. And something's wrong with that baby too. That baby is developmentally delayed also.
Everybody thought there was something wrong with that baby because that baby
baby is developmentally delayed.
And I don't think penicillin.
They didn't have any. They had no prenatal care. But let me tell you something else.
Right.
Rod drank the tea to get rid of Caliber's 2 babies twice. And when Eliana got back, she was pregnant and she drank the tea. You can't tell me she didn't. And I'm gonna tell you why he made her drink the tea and have that baby. I mean, miscarry that baby. Because he didn't know if it was his or my baby.
Or the other guy that she was with. Because he was with
Omac
first, and then she went to Nature
Omac.
Omac.
Yep.
And he seemed like he was really butthurt when that happened.
He was, because he really loves her.
He was butthurt when that happened.
Oh, you talking about Nature Boy?
Yeah.
Not the rock she fell off. She left.
I don't know. She was doing her daughter's hair. I saw her doing her. I wish I could do hair. She was up there getting it while she was up here on the live.
You know, I do hair too.
I can't even French braid.
I don't braid though. I don't do any braids.
Sure, I can't French braid. I can do ponytails and put a bow rat on the end. But that's why I cut both of my sons' hair after they turned white, because they was looking a hot mess. They were like, "Why you cutting all their hair? Is you gonna come braid it?" Sure.
But yeah, I think I'm sure he made them abort because he knew that that baby could be on Max, and he wasn't gonna deal with that. And it was not so much that it could have been anybody that she was with, and he was gonna have a problem with it because he's controlling.
Mm-hmm.
He wants her to be gone and sulk over him, and anytime he feels like he's losing, he's gonna say and do whatever he has to say and do to get her to come back, just so he can regain control from being thrown back to the wolves. I knew it was gonna be an issue because he, when she was like, oh, Mac wasn't this, and he felt he got women tendencies and all this and the other, she kept saying. But at the same time, that was Mac at some point in time was your best friend.
Yeah. Well, somebody said Eligio is worse than infidel.
Oh, absolutely. He is an infidel.
They said he is a deadbeat dad. Eligio is a deadbeat dad.
Mm-hmm. And he was trying to convince his son, EJ, to stop wanting to go to college and to stop studying, because he's like a scholar in school. And he told him he didn't want him to go to college. He wanted him to, and he was telling him education was bad. That was the white man's devil and all this thing. So he's stupid. He's very ignorant.
Hold on, somebody said they bought the women all vibrators and vibrators and stuff because the men got little peens. I don't know about that. No,
you know what that was? That's control. That's control. So, like, when he puts Aya with Tron, or like when he put Ra with Solar, or Ra with Loyal, that was the problem with Ra and Loyal. That's why they never came back, is because they actually slept together. So when he put them together, but he don't want them touching each other.
And how are they not going to touch each other if they're together? So he got angry because Ra and Loyal actually slept together. And Ra and Loyal was a virgin, and she put it on him. He kind of got his nose open, and then all of a sudden he wanted to go back. So he started putting Ra down and talking bad about her and this, that, and the other in order to try to gain Nature Boy's trust again. But so the whole thing about the toys is so that they can pleasure themselves and not another man trying to touch on them. Right, because he don't want them to be touched by another man.
Exactly.
Did you believe him when he said he allows his son to touch his peen?
Yes. Yes.
Just awful. I mean, I'm like this. Even if he was just joking, you don't say that stuff on social media. This man has no filter.
He has no common sense.
And he done had all kind of authorities, the law. Remember, like a couple of years ago, when people were calling the law, they were calling the FBI. They was calling everybody on this Nature Boy. So the reason why you think that nobody has done anything to him is why?
Because the people that he is creating the offense against won't prosecute or won't testify against him.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, they don't have anything but circumstantial. And in some cases, it would be more, it will cost more to pursue something like that than anything else. Mm-hmm. Now, if it were him offending children or something like that, then they would probably, go through with it. Or if it were him doing something to one of the residents or the citizens of their countries.
Even with him saying on social media that he allows his son to touch his peen, and when he had his daughter, he said that if the baby mama didn't come back, which was what's her name? Velvet. If she wouldn't come back, then he would feed the baby his semen. Mm-hmm. I mean,
but see, you don't have the actual mother pressing charges or coming forth with their information, and you don't have anyone within that compound saying that this has happened. All you have is what was on social media, and he's playing it off. Oh, this is a TV show, and that's what got him. He told him, "Oh, it's a TV show. We just say whatever just to make it interesting."
I fear for the children. I really do. I fear for those children. Mm-hmm. And again, the TV show that we review every week called Ruthless, with the cult and the highest being their leader. Right now, Ruth and Tally is trying to rescue the children from the cult because they know once those children get a certain age, they are involved in trafficking. And they know once the kids get a certain age. And so the kids that when they get those kids, when they get those ladies pregnant and the with Nature Boy, and are they still called what was they called?
Carbonation.
Carbonation. Do they still go by Carbonation?
Yep.
Okay. So the children of Carbonation. I mean, do you wonder like what would happen to those kids? Like, okay, if they're raising children, right, and they have all these men and grown women, when they raise these children get old enough to start wondering and start, how kids start developing. They start, who they gonna pin these kids with?
Mm-hmm.
And even if they don't have any relations while they're young or teenagers, or when they get grown, is he gonna like set the kids, like they gonna be matchmakers and setting these kids up with, how they do in the Idaho, in the Colorado?
Well, I mean, you gotta figure you gotta figure his procreation is his thing. Mm-hmm. So he wants to have babies by each and one of these women that he calls his wives.
And then when the kids grow up, who they gonna have relations with? The other people in the cult? Because all the other people in the cult is already grown. They gonna be grown.
But time you have to think about it. Have you ever heard of the a show called Escaping Polygamy?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you see how in some cases the whole city is pretty much related to each other,
right? Because everybody, the head guy, just like when we was talking about Jim Jones, and just like with that TV show called Ruthless, the head guy on Ruthless, the highest call is seeding and cleansing. But with Jim Jones, he had all these women. He was messing with the kids. He was messing with everybody. So
mamas, grandmamas,
right,
everybody, young boys.
I just really hope that being that, see, the difference is, okay, the difference with me is Elijio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, he's like a public figure. And as much as people hate to think that YouTubers and people like that are public figures, we are. We might not all be celebrities, but we are public figures because we are on a public platform. The thing about with Jim Jones, he wasn't doing that stuff publicly. Like his services, his church services might have been public, but as far as everything he was doing behind the scenes with the kids and all the women and the men and all that woo, and then giving them the Kool-Aid, that wasn't public. Nature Boy is doing this all publicly. I'm like, what do you think gives him the he has no shame. He has no shame. Like he don't care that people know all the stuff that he be doing.
It starts with the end. He's a narcissist. Narcissists do not think that anything that they do is wrong. Everything is right. Everything makes sense to them. They are the only one that makes sense, and it's all about them.
Right.
It's never going to be his fault. It's always going to be your fault. Even if he signed on a dotted line, you made him do it.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Well, so that's why he's able to do these things. He has no conscience. He has no conscience.
And it's really sad.
He does not care. The bottom line is him. And he's paranoid. He's always on the swivel. You know, when he go to bed, everybody gotta go to bed. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, because when he don't want nobody up, he don't want nobody
up.
He wants to feel safe.
He don't want anybody to eat more healthy than him because he wants to be the strongest.
And then the fact that he likes gay men or trans, and then he's very like disrespectful to women. I don't know. Maybe he had some issues growing up with women. He
has no respect for women. He was abandoned by his mother because she died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I truly believe that he has issues with women and mothers.
So he has no respect for women. I don't know what happened with his grandmother or anyone like that. So why no one came to his rescue and raised him when his mother and father died, because he lost both of his parents.
Right.
So I don't know the behind the scenes story as of why he ended up in foster care and all these other things. I do understand, or it is said that he was sexually offended by people at a young age.
Yeah,
I can believe that. Mm-hmm. And I can believe that had a lot to do with the reason why he has the sexual deviancies that he has.
Because a lot of people, when they get abused, a lot of people like me, I'm part of that crowd who gets abused, and then I just automatically become a protector. And I have said it before, my sons, I used to get on their nerves. I mean, from the age of like 6, 7, 8, when I would ask them all the time, over and over and over again, almost on a weekly basis, have your coach, have your teacher, have the mailman, have your brother, have your uncle, have your father, have your I used to be on it. Like if anybody ever does anything to you, I will break their neck, like for real. So I turn into a protector, but everybody who gets abused don't turn into a protector. Some of them turn into the abuser. And I think that's what happened to Nature Boy. And then on top of that, he has like no respect for women. So I'm like, you can't have respect for women the way you be doing these women, locking them up in closets. And I mean, and we done seen years of him being abusive, verbally abusive, mentally abusive to the females. And I have to say also the men too, because I'm sorry, you cannot be no whole grown man. I wouldn't even want to be with you. If I was on that compound, I'm looking at you like, you just let him talk to you like that and you supposed to be my husband?
Now, girl, the one that Sheba is with.
That's why they be going to Nature Boy and be trying to be with him.
The one that Sheba is with, Aaron, what's his name? True. So Sheba was pregnant when she first got pregnant, and she was carrying her baby.
Good night, Nevaeh.
Good night. When Sheba was pregnant, she didn't know if the baby was his or True.
Mm-hmm.
So Nature Boy humiliated that man so bad.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. He humiliated him so bad, and he talked about him so bad that I was like, how could you have a jellyback man like that? How can you have a man? I need to know that my man can protect me.
And I don't care what you say. I like, okay, like sometimes when you grow up in the hood and you just see men acting a particular type of way, and then you see another man like act real soft and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, I would prefer this right here. You ain't got to be gangster. You ain't got to be out there carrying no strap, but you at least got to speak up for yourself, speak up for me, protect me. The way the men be acting around there like they got a jellyfish for a spine.
And one time, Tron put his hands on the baby, I guess to pick her up or something, and he smacked him. He slapped him. And he called him weak, Caliber weak, because Caliber was butthurt because he took Ephraim back as his wife, and she was pregnant by him. And Caliber knows that he made her drink that tea to have an abortion and killed his 2 kids.
So how many abortions you think they might have done?
Oh my God, who knows?
And where the heck is they getting this tea? Like, is it something they manufacture?
What kind of tea is it? It's a tea that it's an herbal tea. It's some type of herb that if you drink it as a tea, it'll cause you to have an abortion.
So are they buying it or are they making it?
They're making it. But hey, you know, he got connections.
That is so sad. That is so sad that you are so carefree out there. Everybody having sex with everybody. You like the trans, you like the gay, you like the straight, you like the bi. You so fluid, but then you don't want to use protection because, and I believe it's because this is nature. We shouldn't use protection. But then if it's nature, why is you killing them babies?
He's killing the babies because he wants to control who those women have the babies by. He wants to father those babies.
He wants to make sure they're his.
He wants to father those babies.
Right, but if he was the only one that slept with all the women, the guys wouldn't go for that if he was the only one who slept with all the women. So he kind of like allows them to have their wife.
The thing is he sleeps with every woman that comes in there.
I know.
No matter who they end up with. And he can sleep with them anytime he wants to, and he'll tell them, and if you don't like it, get the F on.
Right. And it's like, it's so unfair. It's so unfair. Like
it's more than unfair, it's asinine. And then more than that, it's unheard of. I can't even find a word.
Somebody, when I asked them one word that they used to describe him, they said Satanist. That's what they said.
Satanic.
Satanic. That's what they said.
He is very satanic. He's sadistic. I'm fusing the words together.
He looks so evil.
He's a masochist. He's sadistic. He's a Satanist. A narcissist. He's a sexist.
I mean, he's a pervert.
Oh my God, yes.
And I'm sorry, but if you can come on social media and say, and this was a while back, but everybody remember, like, if don't nobody remember anything about Nature Boy, it's when he said he allows his son to play with his peen. If you don't, if you've been following Nature Boy for any amount of years, that is one thing that you have never forgotten, and that's that he said he allows his son to play with his peen. And then on top,
and he would feed his daughter. And he would feed his daughter, and then he said, "At least she'll have the knowledge."
Right, talking about I would feed my daughter my semen if her mother can't breastfeed her. So that I'm sorry, that's child abuse.
But and see, that's the way he says. He tells him, "You, the only way you'll really get the knowledge is the only way to get the knowledge is I got to deposit the knowledge in you by my semen."
Just like on Ruthless, the TV show that we review every week, that's how he, in so many words, it's kind of the same thing with Nature Boy. He seeds them, he cleanses them, and it's by sex. And with the men, of course, you know, with men, you can only have sex one or two ways. So, you know, how he cleans them and seeds the men. And with the women, I'm just like...
He makes them think they're the most beautiful thing in the world, that they're on top of the world, and then he turn right around and he beat them.
It's so sad.
He blacks their eyes. He puts them in isolations. You know, he feeds them one meal a day. They barely get to eat, but he eats. He's the biggest. He's the strongest. He's the healthiest. You understand?
I can't see it. I can't see myself being abused. I just can't see it. I mean, I done had situations where I done had, you know, in my younger life, I done had stalkers. I done had a guy put his hand on me and he never did it ever again. Matter of fact, I never seen him ever again. I had another guy who tried to do something. I called my fam, my relos, the homies on the block. I ain't never seen him again. Not trying to say these men just disappeared and vanished in the thin air because something happened to him. I just never happened to run across them again. But I don't think it's like an accident. Because one thing about it, every time I had an issue with a guy growing up or when I was an adult, and I would make that phone call, all the cousins call the cousins, the brothers, the cousins, problem resolved. I cannot see myself up there being abused and totally disrespected. And that's why I say when Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, says he breaks them down to build them up, that is BS. They are already broken down. They are already have low self-esteem. They are looking for someone to fix them, to somebody to accept them for who they are. And I can't leave out that I think some of them are perverts. And they
they are. But and the other thing is that he isolates them from their family or any support system that they may have. And the only time he allows them to contact their family is when they need something. When they need some monetary, like if he has family members that, I'm sorry, you need me?
No, I'll be right back. I'm about to go grab something.
Oh, well, while she's talking, do y'all remember when Ileana's father begged her? Do you remember that? That was something that just tore me. Oh my God. All up in here. I was just tore up. Ileana looks just like her father.
Just like him.
Like her father. And he was online and he was begging and pleading for Ileana to leave Nature Boy and come back home. And Ileana was like, Nature Boy was like, I'm her new father. I'm her father now. Man,
I'm her daddy now.
Her father must have flipped out.
Bow and call me God.
Ooh.
You better bow to me. You better bow to me, nigga.
Ooh, the way he was disrespecting her father, I was like, oh my God. That was so sad. I was tore up. I was tore up because her father appears to be one of those type of fathers where it's like, okay, we might not have had the best relationship, but I know what you done got involved with is worse than anything that could ever happen that I could ever want to happen to my daughter, to my seed.
But here's the thing, and this is the thing that was so hurtful, that all the time she had been talking to her father on the low. And she was telling her dad one thing, but she was telling him another. So when her dad, you remember when her dad popped up in Palenque. Okay. So her dad popped up in not Palenque. This is when they were in before they went to Palenque. I can't think of where they were, but
when they were in Mexico, or
they were still in Mexico, but they were in another part. So anyway, he went down there, and they left there and fled to Palenque. And so anyway, when they were down there, he popped up down there on them to check on her, because
I remember
at that time, that was when she was, we were taking pictures of her with the bruises and all this, and he busted.
He was whooping her butt.
Cut her hair off. When he first cut her locks off. And
she has some pretty hair.
Yeah, and so her dad was rolled up on her, because I am affiliated with the group that kind of helped that out with that situation. Now, I am not that group. I'm affiliated with them, and I love them. I love those people. They are a great, wonderful group of people, and they worked hard to help her. And she, not once, but a couple of times, even when she went back, helped her again. But after that, last time when she pretty much told them to kiss my tail, it hurt a lot of them. It hurt a lot, because those people genuinely, these were people that were taken out of their own pocket and donating monies. And then they were supporting her with the lip gloss business, her jewelry business, all this. She was really soaring. And she stopped communicating with. She was even talking to me. I was talking to her quite a bit.
I just can't fathom having my child in that situation. God, male or female, boy.
And that's something that you and I as mothers. See, you remember, when you had your first child, I know before I had children, I said, listen, if my kids ever needed anything to eat, if we ain't have one bite of food, they would get that one bite. If we had nowhere to sleep, I would sleep on the floor, my baby sleep in the bed or whatever. I would go out and go without a coat or shoes or anything else. So that
I went without a lot. As a young adult, I went without a lot.
And I kept my word.
My kids always talk about that. They're like, dang, mama, we was always fly as heck. And then you be like, I get me some shoes next time, or I get me some, my kids stay fly. And it was all about the kids.
I taught my kids the value of $1. I did everything I could possibly do to be a good mother that I knew how to do or what have you. But some of the modern day people, they're different about it. And to them, it's like, kids can wear those little Walmart strap over gym shoes, but they got nails and hair, $400 worth.
I took this picture of this child one day, and I never posted it. And even if I posted it without showing her face, I still didn't feel right posting it. But it was a little girl, and I had seen her in Walmart, and she was black. And I must say she was probably around the age of maybe 10 at the oldest. And I took the picture of the back of her because I just could not believe what I saw. And you know how people always in Walmart, you know how the Walmart pictures always be all over the media, people in Walmart looking crazy, dressing crazy. And I took the picture of the back of her head because I had to show somebody. I could not believe what I saw. This child had dreadlocks. And she looked like she was 10. And she had dreadlocks. And when I say, you ever heard people joke about look like you got spiders in your head or you got a spider's nest or something? This child had dreads in her head. This was way before the Rona, so we can't blame it on people not being able to go to the salons. I've been having this picture in my phone for 2 years, and I never shared it. Never shared it. But her hair was so you ever seen somebody so bad where it looks like you just need to take a razor and just shave it off? That's what that little girl's hair looked like. And I was so like, I mean, that really touched me. Like, I was like, what? And the mama right there looking like good. And the child with dreads is looking like somebody needs to just start all over, just cut it all off. And I'm like, really? My thing about this, when I had my sons and they was younger, they grown now. But I still tell them, I got a 19-year-old. I'm like, boy, don't even try to grow the fro. Don't do the fro. Because y'all know, when y'all get to fro status, y'all just get lazy. And the hair just looks. And I'll be like, and my son came to me last week, my oldest one, and he was like, Mama, you notice anything different? He finally cut his beard because he ain't been to the barbershops because of the Rona. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I can't stand, I cannot stand a man that's unkept. And my sons, they will tell you, Mama will be on us like, do I need to go buy some clippers? Because I can't stand my kids to be unkept and looking away. I always been that kind of parent, and now the oldest one is 24 and the youngest one is 19. They still tell you, what is you wearing? You walking out the house looking like this? Like, they still listen to what I say somewhat, especially when it comes to their appearance. But when I saw that child, I was like, I just wanted to just snatch that lady up, the mother, and be like, what the hell? Her hair looked like it ain't been touched in over a year. And she had all this matted dreads and all kind of stuff in her hair. And the child was so beautiful.
That's why I can't understand how some of those women left their children. Some of them had as many as 9, 7, 9, 10 kids, and they left their children. How could you? And then not only did they leave the kids, they took the income with them.
They took all the monies and left the kids with whoever, grandma, daddy, auntie. They just left the kids. I can't imagine like this fool on social media.
You left your kids with nothing.
This fool on social media being disrespectful to women. The way he was so disrespectful to Eliana's father, that's when I said I done seen it all. I done seen it all. And then on top of that, the things that you're saying you're gonna do or have done to your children. And people still wants to fly to him and give them all their life savings so they could be with him. I don't get
it. He's evil. He is mean.
Oh, he's mean.
He is mean. Like, discipline other people. Hold on. Let me tell you one thing that really got to me.
I wish a Negro would.
Let me tell you something that really got to me. When he called that little girl Strawberry, I said, why y'all let him give that baby that stripper name? He called that child Strawberry.
Because that's what he used to do.
Because that was when they got David and his wife were there with their kids.
But we talking about somebody that used to be a stripper, somebody that used to be an escort, somebody that used to prostitute himself for money.
Right, but we talking about you let them name your child. And girl, that's another thing. He changed his name.
Everyone
in his mind. You remember the Wiz? You remember when Richard Pryor was the Wiz?
Yeah.
And he said, stop. I no longer want the color to be red. Red is dead. The new color will be green. because we mean green. And so there, everything has changed. It's no longer red because it's red. He remind me of the Wiz because it's no longer immortal.
I love
by Christ. Now we are immortal. And I am Baba G. Now his name is not Chief no more. It's Baba G.
And he thinks he's immortal. And that's probably why he be going around having sex with everybody in the compound without.
He's gonna be in immortal hell.
I just want to know where he's getting them drugs from. Where he's getting the what is it called again? The drugs to make them disease go away.
The penicillin.
Penicillin.
They don't have any. He was talking about back in the day when they was partying when he was younger. They're not doing that anymore.
Now. So what
they're not getting treated by it, but nothing.
And that's why they all look like they got the AI.
That's why none of the girls are having prenatal care. That's why Caliber left. That's why he left to go to the dentist to get help because they have nothing. They don't practice any type of grooming. When I tell you, he don't let the women take a bath because he told them he liked to smell them.
That natural funk. That's why they got.
He sure did. Right. That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said.
I need me some Bath and Body. I need me some some Dove. I need me some Suave. I need me some Cowgirl. I need me some.
Girl, I'm one of them ones that would get up, take a shower, and change the bed clothes. I'm gonna get up, take a shower, and change the bed clothes. I don't want to be in all that. You understand what I'm saying? I need to be. I don't like.
Change the sheets, change the covers, change the underwear. Take a shower, take a bath. I mean, brush your teeth. Clean behind your ears. I mean, this is stuff that you were
all of this
raised to do. So for them to Nature Boy and you allowing this man to let y'all or allow y'all to make one trip to the shower.
And he got his feet look like gorilla's feet.
Ooh, I can't. Ooh. I'm sorry. I can't. When you know the times where you be like tipsy or you be passed out drunk, you be woo-woo. Or the times when you might have been younger, you've been to spend the night with your girlfriends or over your boo thing's house, and you wake up the next morning like, oh my God, I gotta go home. Oh my God, I gotta shower. I gotta throw some new drawers. Ain't no way in hell. Any fool gonna tell me I can only shower once a week and we got water and soap. It ain't because
and then you have to urinate and defecate outside because you're giving back to nature.
They crazy.
That's control. Nope. That's control. Nope. And then he cuts their hair, arches their eyebrow, all of that. You know what I'm saying? They have to have permission to do anything to their bodies.
I like sitting on the toilet and I like shutting the door. And I like toilet paper.
And I don't think he allows them to lock any doors around there either. And now, mind you, they're not in his house. They're not renting the house.
Where are they now? They've been everywhere. Where are they now?
They are in Atlanta.
And that's another reason why I thought that, okay, now I might be reaching, and this is allegedly, I might be reaching, but remember when I told you how Ruthless was giving me Nature Boy teas, and you told me that, and everybody knows Ruthless was created by Tyler Perry, a spinoff from the Oval. So when I said Ruthless has been giving me Nature Boy teas, I had no idea that Nature Boy and them had moved to Atlanta, where Tyler Perry is and where Tyler Perry Studios is in Atlanta. So what a coinky dink.
Yep, but you know what? And he might have probably seen some Nature Boy stuff.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure.
But
because Ruthless totally gives me Nature Boy teas. Totally. And being that Nature Boy had the opportunity to have his own
go
TV
mainstream. Yeah.
Then that canceled because Nature Boy wanted to have full control. Like, dude, you ain't never been in no TV show, no reality show, no sitcom, no commercial, no nothing. But somebody offers you a reality show and you turn it down because you wanted full control. And I believe
you want full creative control. You want full control.
And I believe once he turned that down, once he turned that down, somebody else was like, I think that would be a good show, though. We can't use Nature Boy because he turned it down, but we I wouldn't say like what we're seeing, but it's entertaining and people are following him. And this is real cult in real life. Like back in the day, the cults, they weren't public. We didn't have Facebook and IG and social media back in the Jim Jones days. The stuff you heard about was in the newspaper. So we got this real life cult going on in real life. Who wouldn't want to make a TV show about that?
Right. So that's the only thing about
Ruthless might have known something about him to create.
The only thing about it as a dramatized series is that I don't see longevity in it, because after so long, what's going to be the storyline? After it's played out for so long.
You know what?
It as a reality show would be longer living, because you have each individual's day-to-day lives that you can play off of, and you can pull storylines because new people are in and out, this type of thing. But as a series, it's only so far you can go with it's a cult and this is what they do.
I honestly think we might get at least 4 to 5 seasons. I honestly do, because even though it seems like it might not be that profitable, Tyler Perry knows what he's doing. He really does.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Perry would ever put out a TV show that he ain't already got contracts for season 2 and season 3. Tyler Perry ain't never put out nothing that just had one season. So I think it's already
that one show
3.
And I actually like that show. It was on
you talking about
it was about the president and the trailer park lady.
But that's on like season 6 or 7 or 8 now.
It's not.
You talking about the have and the have nots?
No. This was a show that was out. This was a show that was on another network, like TNT or something like that. Was it TNT or?
See, I don't know. Because
I can't think of the name of the show, but the girl was fooling around with the president. It came out around the same time as Scandal.
Oh, you talking about the have and the have nots?
No.
You talking about oh my God. Hold up. Give me a second.
And her family lived in Alabama somewhere.
I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now, but
her family lived in Alabama.
Hold on.
And she was running from the president, but he was sending his people to get her and bring her back. Oh my God.
Having to have nots.
No, it's not.
Yes, you are.
No, baby, I promise you.
Oh my God. Yes, you are.
No. This was a whole different network.
You sure?
They were running. Yeah, they were running around the same time, though.
In Savannah, Georgia, the Criers.
No, not the have not.
Okay. Hold on. Let me look up all his TV shows.
They were living in. This was based in Washington D.C. and Alabama.
Listen. He got the have and the have nots. He got Is Loving You Is Wrong. He got, of course, Tyler Perry's Half of Fame, The Ruthless. He got The Oval. He got Sisters. He got Brown. He got Meet the Browns. Oh, for better or for worse. Is that the one you was talking about?
No. That was a comedy. Keep going.
The only one that I can think of. That's it. That's it. I'm looking at all of them.
It's another one. It's another one. And this guy was the president and he was married. It was running. It was almost like a Scandal theme, and it was the same time Scandal was on. It was a Scandal theme, but it the girl was messing around with the president, and she was like,
white? Was the president white?
Yes, white, and she was too, blonde, pretty girl. And then he was really controlling her.
The blonde girl was messing with the president. You talking about?
Yes. And then she left and went back to Alabama, back to where she grew up at.
Oh!
And then there was a one lady who I think somebody killed. She killed her mama that lived in the trailer. Her mama was real overweight and couldn't get out.
I know what you're talking about.
Her mama.
I can't remember the name.
And then the doctor. It was an old doctor, and I think his son was on drugs, and he killed him or something. And then he had a son, fine son, with real long, Brody. I think his name was Brody.
Oh my God, he looked like the guy. He was the guy from the commercial. He looked like the guy from the commercial.
Like Fabian. Fabio. Yeah.
Fabio. I know what you're talking about now. Okay. Now
yes.
I think it was called what was the name of that show? Somebody in the chat help us out because I cannot remember.
Yes, I really liked that one.
That show, I forgot. I totally forgot.
Yes, it only lasted for like one season. I was like, why?
I totally forgot all about that show. And I actually did reviews on my Tanya's Primetime TV channel
about that one.
So while you talking, I'm gonna go over to Tanya's Primetime TV.
Yeah, but that was the only one that never lasted but one season. And I wonder why. I think it was on because it was coming on, I think the same time as Dynasties was trying, or Dallas or something was trying to come back. Was it I think it was Dallas, the new Dallas. Queen of the South.
Let's see.
And all that.
Queen of the
South. It was all running about the same time. But I liked that show. That was really
too, because they was in a trailer park, and I remember she was sleeping with the president, and then everybody was coming after her, and
then there was a guy.
What is it?
That was one of the president's assistants that got away, and he got shot or something, and she had the doctor to help fix him up or something. But it turns out he was I don't know how. Well, he was I think he was Hispanic. And something happened with him, and I can't remember. But that was a good show. I can't remember all of it. I was like, oh man. And then the other guy that was. One of the other guys that lived in the trailer park was in the military, and he came home and his wife was sleeping with somebody else.
Yep.
In the park, and they were trying to hide it. And then the heavy-set black girl was his sister.
And remember the lady that was the white lady that was sleeping with the president. Her mother was really overweight, and she was really mean.
Yes, and she couldn't get out of and then the other, right, and there was another sister that was protective of her, and then there was the youngest sister who was wild and out there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why can't we remember the name? You know what? I've been looking, and I don't
know, but it was something.
I don't even see. I'm looking up everything Tyler Perry, and I can't even see the name of the show. I see it nowhere. Like as if it is like totally like Like it just disappeared. Like I don't get it. I'm looking at all his stuff, and I don't see it nowhere. Was it for better or for worse? You sure?
Yeah, that was the
comedy show. That was a comedy show. That was one of my favorites. It wasn't that one. Oh my God. If somebody knows what the name is in the chat, please drop the T. Please drop the name in the chat of that Tyler Perry show, because now I am not gonna rest until I figure out the name of that show. And I'm still looking. I'm looking through all his accolades. I wonder if because it was only one season, if that's why I don't know. That's strange. You know what, Miss Sislo, if you wouldn't have never said anything, I would have totally forgot all about that show. Like, honest to God, I would have totally forgot all about that show.
I can't think of the name. Too close to home.
Too close to home. That's it. Why can't I find it though on his website?
Look, this is just how I Googled it. I said, what was the name of the Tyler Perry show that only lasted one season? Too close to home.
You know what? I think they purposely didn't have that on Tyler Perry's website because of the fact that it only lasted for one season. Because I didn't went on like 5 or 10 of his websites, and Too Close to Home is not listed. And that was becoming to be one of my favorites. And if you wouldn't have said anything, I swear to God, I would have forgot. I like really forgot all about that TV show. All about it.
That is on the reruns run on.
That's crazy. And it was on TLC. It first started on TLC.
That's it.
That's where that TV show first started. And I was in love with that TV show, especially with the guy who looked like Fabio. I was like, oh my God, that white man is
Brody. I think his name was Brody.
That's his name on the show, Brody. But he looked like Fabio from the books. From the road.
And then Heather Locklear.
Ooh, he was But anyway, it was 2 seasons. They had season 1, which was in 2016. It was 8 episodes. Then they had 2017 season 2, which was also 8 episodes. But after that, it's been 3 years. So I don't know why they let me see if I can find out. Let me see if I can find out why it was discontinued. Because I really like that show.
Girl, that show was really good.
The younger sister was like, remember the younger sister who was all loose in the pants?
She was a mess, girl.
Man, she was a hot mess. Hot mess. She was up there sleeping with everybody. Everybody's wild. I mean, men and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking up on the internet right now on TLC, and it said canceled by TLC, no season 3. So yeah, it was season 1 and 2. It said the scripted drama follows a woman who relocates from Washington, D.C., like you said, to her Alabama hometown after a major scandal, and that was with the president. The cancellation comes as a little bit of a surprise. Unlike most series, the ratings for Too Close to Home increased during the second season. The season, which wrapped in February a couple of years ago, averaged a 0.31 rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demo and 1.084 million viewers. I don't know. And they said TC has never released a public statement as of yet.
Why? Yeah.
And again, I don't see. I liked it. I really did like that show. I was watching it every week. Every week. So I and I actually started doing YouTube on Tanya's Primetime TV in 2018, I think. So when I was watching Too Close to Home, I don't think I was a YouTuber yet. Because even when I look on Tanya's Primetime TV, I don't see any Too Close from Home playlist, and it actually says I joined Facebook on that channel in June of 2018, so that explains why. Because I sure, I would have did reviews on that show. Because I love me some Tyler Perry. But anyhow.
Yes, why?
Anywho, this has been a good show tonight.
One second.
Let me go back to Eligio Bishop. Okay, let me close some of these screens.
Tell everybody get ready for bed. I'm sorry.
I'm getting notifications right now on Ruthless. The show that I did earlier, the live review that I did earlier on Ruthless. Somebody said Lynn is itching for a fix.
Oh my goodness.
And she is, she is. Lynn is itching for a fix. That I'm telling y'all, that Ruthless show, if y'all ain't watching Ruthless on BET Plus, y'all really missing out. That show, out of all the Tyler Perry shows, it is much darker.
Mm-hmm.
Much darker.
Girl, you're gonna make me find these Too Close to Home thing and go look at it.
Girl,
I'm gonna do that when I get in the house.
I used to watch Too Close from Home every time it came on every week. I was in love with that show.
Good.
And I don't know why. I think it was actually, you know what? I think that show was actually better than that other show. The other
Rock O'Hearn.
No, the one.
No, I'm talking about the guy, girl.
That's his name.
Oh,
the one that looks like Fabio.
You see it? Wait.
I actually thought that Too Close to Home was better than If Loving You Was Wrong.
Can you see him?
Hold on, let me see. Yep, I see him. Yes, that's him. That's him. I'm telling you, I think that show was better than Tyler Perry's other show. Because I don't know. It seemed like Tyler Perry, like as far as Ruthless with the coat, I think the actor.
Girl, I got kids his age. Oh, I feel like a pervert.
I honestly think that the actors and actresses on Ruthless is better than the actors and the actresses on his other TV show called If Loving You Is Wrong. What do you think?
I think, let me tell you something, and this is no offense to Mr. Perry or anyone else. I love Tyler Perry, and I actually, oh my God, there was any way possible, and if Mr. Perry, if you ever come across this, holla at you, girl.
I know. We can be comedians.
Yes. Now I can do a little acting, but I want to be a writer.
Mm-hmm.
He does so much of the writing himself.
He does it all. And it kind of
does it so what happens is it gives these artists, these actors, a great opportunity to improvise.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes the timing is a little bit off, because if you notice on some of it, the arguments, some of the scenes are dragged out a little too. Like, get on with it already.
That's what people say about.
And it's because he's writing all of this himself, and I believe that is because maybe the writing in that particular scene wasn't right, complete long enough to stretch out a whole scene, so they're left to improvise a little bit. So it makes them look a little less professional than they are, because they're having to try to think of something quick, and then not to mention that a lot of this stuff is filmed like in no time, because he has records for filming his series and his shows and his movies in the least amount of time. And then he writes and he's on to the next project.
And I think a lot of his shows kind of seem like they're kind of, I would say, meshed together.
Yeah, and it kind of redundant. Some of it is a little redundant, like a little repetitive.
Repetitive, yeah.
Yeah, but because we are diehard fans, and the fact, just like Ruthless, is that a lot of these things are close to home issues.
Right.
Like everybody knows a mad black. Everybody knows a mad black woman.
Yeah.
Everybody been through some for better or worse situations.
Yeah.
Everybody wondered about if you had or had not. You know what I'm saying? So,
and Tyler Perry was one of the Me Too. He was abused at a young age.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, he relates a lot of real life situations to a lot of stuff. Even with the movie For Color Girls. Even with that movie, it was a lot of different.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And Temptation. When a woman who has pretty much got everything, but it's not good enough.
Man, when with Monique.
Yeah.
That role.
Precious,
yes. But you know what? For Color Girls, that one, I had to actually read the book. And then, because I watched the movie first, and then I had to read the book because I don't know. I didn't think I took enough away from the movie. For one, because it was not a lot of dialogue. You know what I mean? So then I got the book, and once I got the book, I kind of understood the movie a little better.
Yeah, but I got it though. I got it.
I mean,
I got it the first time, but but you got to figure. I look at stuff from a lot of different perspectives. I look at it from me as a victim, then I looked at me as in ministry, and then I looked at me as a psychologist by degree. So I'm looking at it from a lot of different. So I got it. You know what I'm saying? Because
especially
I knew
when that who was that who fell out the window? Do you remember who that was that fell out the window? Remember they fell out the window and they landed on the ground and they died. I can't remember who it was. And Color Girls.
Precious?
No, and Color Girls.
Oh yeah. No, they ain't fell out the window. He dropped the babies out the window.
Yeah, the baby. That was like
he dropped the kids out the window. We was aggravating them.
That broke me. That was the scene that broke me with that movie. And I had to get the book because not that I didn't understand the movie, but it's because a lot of movies that come from books, you know how they always say the book is always better. So that's why I got the book. And then I read the book. And then I watched the movie because I don't know. It just seems like every movie that I watch that has a book to it at first, I get more out of the book, and then the movie just
because it's censored it's censored for TV or what have you.
Right.
So because most of the things at some point they know that it's going to go to DVD or TV, so they gotta commercialize it or Hollywoodize it.
Like Terry McMillan with Waiting to Exhale.
Yeah.
That book.
Or with the first movie, Terry McMillan's Getting Her Groove Back.
You talking about Stella?
Stella.
Yeah, you talking about Stella. Terry McMillan, she's wonderful.
She was.
I loved all her work.
Yeah, she was very. I'm glad that she was able to reach the plateau she reached before she passed away. She was.
Yeah, beautiful. So, because I'm telling you, Stella,
baby,
God,
it made me want to go, baby. I'm gonna be like Stella, go get my groove.
I'm gonna get my groove back with Tay D or somebody. Sure. But yes. So, but as far as this nature boy, I'm gonna keep checking on him every now and then, see what's going on,
and then maybe we can, when I can get me a time away, I will be able to come back with a more structured piece on kind of giving a little bit of history on,
like
and some more, and so that people will get a more, because right now we just hit and miss a little bit of everything, right. But I'd like to give a more clear timeline over the years on just how he set up, because we kind of just hit and missed a little bit here and there, but to just get in depth about the person that he is and how people like him should be avoided at all costs. You know what I'm saying? And how you can look for a nature boy in your neighborhood, in your because there are people that are like this. They might be in the pulpit, they might be in the bedroom, they might be in a classroom, they might be at work.
Coach.
Yep, and you need to be careful, because I guess the meat of what I would want anybody to get out of this whole thing is if it's too good to be true, if it seems to be good to be true, 9 times 10
it is.
Then not only that, is that anything that would make you belittle you, it will make you feel less than, that feels like it has to beat you down in order to build you up. Anybody that will take you away from your family, anything that makes you feel uncomfortable in your inside and make you feel like that you have to second guess yourself about anything. Anybody that tries to manipulate and reprogram you or teach you against everything that you have always known to be righteous or to be true, or anybody that comes to you and identifies themselves as the one and only true and living God, then you need to be careful of all of those things. And you can guarantee yourself that you're looking, for a lot of trouble. And anyone that will have you to isolate yourself, take yourself away from everything that is familiar to you, everything that is protective to you, and to go up, take up and follow them and give them your everything, all of your resources, all of your time, all of your energy, your mind, your body, your spirit, and anyone that will cause you to do things that are unnatural. I mean, to take you and have you tossed from one man to another man to another man, and to back to him and back to them and over here and over there, and to make you think that is the right thing to do. And you need to avoid those types of things at all costs. And this is what that individual is. That individual is a manipulator. He's a narcissist. He's a pessimist. He is oh my God, what is it?
Satanic.
There you go. He's a Satanist. He's sadistic. You know what I'm saying? He's masochist. It's a lot of things that, and I mean, there are some people who believe in S&M and things like that, but they do that amongst themselves. They don't try to manipulate people with it.
Right.
That's something different. Now, what you do on your own, that's your business. But anytime you use it to manipulate people, to make people think that they have to be subjective to just you and you only, and you are the one and only, it's not a good thing.
It's not good.
And you need to be careful. Yeah.
It's not good at all.
I appreciate you.
Stay away.
Yeah, by all costs. And if you feel like you've been threatened by people like that, if you feel like that if you are in a situation, an occultic situation, and you want to get away, call the authorities, someone, confide in someone, slip them a note, do whatever you have to do to get you some help. And you don't have to stay in a situation like that. You're wrong. It does not make you stupid because you got involved in it. It's everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes bad decisions, but I'd rather see you safe than sorry.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you
Thank
though
you
for
that,
having me, girl, as usual.
Thank you for coming on to the show, and we're gonna have to do some shows on your channel too. Now,
oh,
if you want to get your timeline together, we can come.
I got to get my numbers up. I probably got the same. I ain't 1,000 yet, but I got.
You got to get out here now. You got to get out here.
Yeah, and I'm so busy, helping other people out, and I enjoy doing this. But I'm not a selfish individual, so hey.
I get it. Well, I have no problem coming on somebody else's channel or anything like that. No problem at all. Drop me the link so I can jump on your channel. I have no problem with that. But yeah, just let me know, what you want to do in the future as far as this Nature Boy. But yes, that would be really nice if you could get the timeline down, and whether it's on your channel or my channel, I don't care. I just like the people to know and be aware of this Nature Boy.
And I'm going to share this show with other people as well.
Yes, please do.
I don't know if you want to edit it and get out my little.
Oh, girl, it's fine. It's fine because I was still talking. So, I mean.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. But I mean, a lot of people, the reason why I really wanted to talk to you about this is because I know who Nature Boy is. You know who Nature Boy is. A lot of people do.
A lot of people know.
Some people watch Ruthless, they be like, I don't think I can watch that show, because I'm like, y'all have no idea that there is a real life The Highest. The character in the TV show called Ruthless, his name is The Highest. There's a real life person out here.
And they appear like The Highest, physically attractive, charismatic, and all this type. They draw you in with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It make you think that you are the one, and it's all about you. And then when you get behind closed doors, they beat the living daylights out of you, and then pimp you out the way they want, because that's all they are, is modern day slave masters and pimps.
And that's it. That's why I couldn't. It took me a minute. If I wanted to name this, is Nature Boy the new Jim Jones, or is Nature Boy the new R. Kelly? Because there's a lot of people out here who are practicing the same thing, and I don't think any of it is right. But anywho, y'all,
we can parallel the two of them as well.
Yep.
We can parallel the two of them as well, because some deep stuff about Mr. Kelly.
And he should be going to court soon, so we're gonna have to be talking about that when his trial starts. After the Rona, a lot of stuff got pushed back, but after his course, we're gonna be all over that, honey.
Yeah, he was trying to use that to get out too.
Yes, I know. They trying to let him out because of the Rona. Like, Negro, you gonna see.
I was one that felt kind of bad for Bill Cosby. I did feel a little bad for him, but for R. Kelly,
I might have felt bad for Bill Cosby for 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah.
But you know what? When you are part of the Me Too movement, it's hard to feel sorry for somebody, even if you looked up to them for many, many years. It's hard. Like when I first found out that Bill Cosby, when Bill Cosby first went to jail, allegedly somebody had took his walker from him and he fell down a whole flight of stairs in the prison.
Aww.
That happened as soon as he got there. Now, of course, I was like, well, that ain't right. They need to put him in protective. And I only said that because he's old. If he was a younger person,
that's my thing. But
if you old and you really like, the one thing about it was when everybody was like joking around, like Bill Cosby before he got locked up, he could see, he can walk, he didn't need no cane, all this kind of stuff. But as soon as the trial started getting serious, and as soon as it looked like he was gonna face some time, Bill Cosby, now he blind, he need a cane, he need a walker, he need a CNI dog, he need, what I'm saying? So
I ain't gonna mess with you. I am not about to mess with you with that CNI dog, Miss Tanya.
I'm just saying, it's hard. It's hard to feel sorry for somebody when you didn't have somebody abusive to you, and just because they're a celebrity, we're supposed to be like, but he was the father to so many children growing up on TV. It's kind of hard. But again, I don't think that they should allow, or if anybody harms him or anybody in any certain way, I mean, wrong is wrong. But that comes with the territory, and as far as I'm concerned, if you do the crime, you gotta do the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill Cosby, if people, when you 60, 70 years old, you know for years what happened to people in jail who are rapists and child molesters. You know,
yeah.
So,
and it's funny because even girl, we can get into that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. We can get into that later.
The whole thing, but just recently, one of my offenders passed away from coronavirus, and
how does that make you feel?
The strangest thing about it was about a month before I had a dream because I was violated by him and his brothers.
Ooh.
And it messed me up later on in life. It messed me up in a lot of different ways. But the one brother, I had a dream that he had called me. And when I answered the phone, I said to him, I said, you know what? The only reason why I answered the phone is that all these years I thought that maybe you would come and apologize for what you did to me.
Mm-hmm.
But you never did. But I said, but it's okay. Because you don't have to apologize anymore. I forgive you. I'm done with it and I'm over it. That's it. You don't have to apologize, but I don't want you calling me anymore. Anything like that, we have nothing to talk about. But I forgive you. And I'm doing this so that I can be free. And so when I woke up, I thought about that dream. And I did. I forgave them and I forgave my ex-husband and everybody else. And I forgave them. And I found out about a week or two after that dream that he was in the hospital and he was sick. So when he passed away, I was able to tell his children, I'm sorry for your loss. Because at first honey, when I tell you, I didn't want him touching me. I never allowed my kids to go around him. I've always avoided him. And when they tried to go to hug me or something, I
get it.
So when he passed away, I was able to actually send love to his children. Because even one of his daughters, he had a set of twins that are girls. And one of them were violated by him. And she did I'm going to find the link to that video and send it to you.
Whew, see, the thing about it is a lot of people don't get that opportunity to have the offender apologize. A lot of offenders, they go on with their life and they leave this world.
And they treat you as if you had done something to them.
Right.
But now he never apologized to me. It was a dream. It was in a dream that this happened with one of his brothers. But I was able to say, when I prayed that morning, I said, Lord, I forgive them. And if I've offended anyone or hurt someone, I want to be forgiven.
Yeah, because
I let it go.
In order for you to move on, I learned a long time ago that in order for us to move on as being part of the Me Too, we do have to forgive ourselves because one thing about it is, and this will be a whole nother show too. We about to start a series. Matter of fact, our first show is going to be Saturday night, and it's a preventative child abuse series that we're about to start. And our first interview is going to be Saturday night.
Okay.
I am a witness, or I have my own testimony to that. And when I look back on each person that might have touched me, I can say, if I wouldn't have been there, you can say like what could have possibly happened different.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, even if you wasn't at that place, even if you wasn't at that house, even if you wasn't in that basement, even if you wasn't over that family member's house, another child probably would have been. So I learned a long time ago not to place blame on me, because as a grown adult, A responsible grown adult, it don't matter what situation a child is in. A grown adult has no right to touch a child.
Exactly. Never, ever.
And that's why some people who have been offended, they don't speak out because they feel like, well, if I wouldn't have done this or done that, if I would have stayed home with my
like they did it to themselves, right?
They feel like they are guilty themselves, and that's why they don't place the blame on the other person. But I done learned over the years, you got to forgive yourself. You got to forget a person, even if they never ever ask for forgiveness. And there are people walking around this city that has never asked me for forgiveness, but in my heart, I know that I had to forgive them and move on with life. But yeah, we have our series for that starts Saturday night. Our first interview is at
I'll be there
8 p.m. I think 8 or 9.
You know I'll be there, girl.
Yeah, but we're doing a preventative child abuse series, and people who are abusers or the abused or the parent of the abused, we are doing a series of interviews with them. And it's not focused on what happened to the child. It's more focused on what happened for you to not see. That's right. That's what this series is all about. So that starts Saturday night. I'll post the link probably tomorrow so that people can get the notification. But other than that, is there any last words you want to say, Miss Sislo, before we wrap it up?
No, it's been real. I'm sorry I had to move the camera while I didn't want to make you dizzy, so I took the video down.
It's okay.
No, honey, I appreciate you allowing me to share this time with you and trusting me on your platform.
Always. And like I said, you're be on your platform too one day. Come on now.
Okay, honey, I'll be glad to. I gotta get to stream like cause bless the Lord. Anyway. But yeah, I can't wait to see what's you said is it starting this Saturday or next Saturday?
Our first interview is with a woman. And the thing about it is I'm allowing people to come on to the StreamYard showing their face or not showing their face.
Good. Okay, great. Okay.
Because I want people to be told, because like I said, I'm part of the Me Too movement, and a lot of things that I went through, only certain people know. Mm-hmm. And I understand the emotional part of still maybe having that person in your family, in your life, in your circle, and you want to tell your story, but there are some people who don't know your story, and you might not want all your coworkers to know, or you might not want all your, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So giving people the opportunity. If you want to jump on the screen and show your face, that's fine. If you don't want to jump on the screen and show your face, and you just want us to hear your voice.
Yeah, because some people want to talk about it because they probably never talked about it before, Tanya.
Right.
But they don't want the people to know who they are. You know, they're not ready to put a face to it, you know, because they're ashamed. Because like you said, a lot of people still feel like it was maybe if I wouldn't have did this or I did something to bring.
I'm telling you,
there absolutely are some people. I'm sorry, there are some people who have been told, if you want to be such a little hot tail, this wouldn't happen to you, or this, that, and the other, or even men.
That's why I became a tomboy. When I was younger, I wasn't that much of a tomboy. I didn't turn tomboy till I was about 12 or 13 because of the fact that I noticed a lot of men, I don't know how many times, some old geezers, hey, baby, you looking, I mean, come on, I'm like 40, 50, 60 years old, and I'm like 11 and 12. But see, I had developed a lot at a young age. You see me now. So imagine what I was like at 12. I had developed a lot at like 12 and 11 in 3rd and 4th, 5th grade. So a lot of older guys would flirt with me, and I'm a child. So I would hear that a lot from my mother and other people. Well, maybe if you didn't wear this, or maybe if you didn't wear that. So I became like a tomboy. I always liked hanging out with the boys anyway, playing kickball, basketball, softball, you know, running around through the neighborhood. So I started wearing tomboyish attire. Big shirts, big pants, big jogging clothes, you know, stuff like that.
It was to protect yourself.
I was trying to hide my
doing it to protect yourself.
Right. I was trying to hide my figure, but it still didn't work.
Right.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
So I get it. A lot of females are told, well, don't wear this, don't wear makeup, don't wear lip gloss, don't wear eyeliner, don't wear a skirt, don't wear stockings, don't wear. Like,
Yep.
first of all, a grown person should not be looking at a child that way. I don't care how they dress.
Period.
So that's why a lot of people blame themselves for what they've been through. But yeah, we're gonna get into that series starting Saturday. Our first interview is Saturday. And yes, everybody please tune in. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you get the notification when we're about to go live. And on that note, me and Sis Lo, we'll come back at you guys later on some more Nature Boy. But in the meantime and in between time, Miss Sis Lo and everybody else, stay safe, be blessed, stay healthy. If I don't talk to y'all again over the weekend, have a wonderful holiday weekend. And we out.
We out.
Deuces.
Toodles.
Toodles.